Bit of a result, that red coming next to the pink. I don't think he can get through to the potting angle. Well, he could, because he missed it the other side of the pocket.
Well, the red has finished close enough to the baulk cushion to make this a very difficult pot. And if you look at the situation of the other four reds, 56 is a big advantage. But a terrific pot. Now needs that cue ball to slow. What? It hasn't done. Wrong side of the blue. I think maybe the red that's just to the left of the pink may possibly go at the left corner, but well, does it? And being on the blue the way he is, he can't get good on the red.
Well, he's looking to see if he can find an angle around missing the brown and the black to get to that red. And here it comes. He's found the gap. In fact, the cannon might work out. Well, have a look at that shot. What a shot he's pulled out there. You won't see a better shot than that. To create that top spin from that position was unbelievable.
Seven.
Yeah, an amazing shot. And you saw the cue ball jump, but then all that topspin kicked in and hit this as sweet as a nut, which is more than I can say about his last shot. Look at the white, the way it jumps before the topspin takes effect. He wanted to be on a different angle on the black than this. But he's cueing, he's getting through the cue ball at this very tense moment when you can get a bit of tension in the arm.
14.
Well, I think Vicky will be more tense than Mark, but he needed the black back on its spot to give himself a chance to get an angle to move the reds. That's why he played for the black previously, so he's still
15.
thinking very straight. And what a key shot this is coming up. Now, how hard does he hit this? Does he try and develop the two reds and the green? Where's that cue ball? This crucible
22.
crowd, you can cut the atmosphere with a knife.
.34 behind, 43 remaining. That red still tied up with the green. Well, maybe had one eye to bringing that red into play, took his eye off the pot, but it's a tough pot anyway. I have to say, a little bit unlucky when he played the black and cannon the reds. Could have expected something easier than that.
Where's the cue ball? Where is that cue ball?
Foul. Mark Selby 4.
Well, there's the difference, 30 behind. Weighing the situation up. Ronnie not looking at the moment.
It's getting hot out there. The temperature's rising.
careful he doesn't send this red into a potable position past the black. He played it onto the black. Doesn't matter about cannoning the blue. The main part of that shot was the red ball. Can Ronnie get this white down behind that blue? He's gone over to the right side of the table, which was a little surprising because this red will pass the pink and there's a bit of a free shot. And just have a little think about this. If he pots this red and he doesn't drop on a colour, he could put Ronnie in a very difficult snooker. It's there.
One.
He's on the blue, so he can try and disturb that red, but it would have to be absolutely spot on. Well, decision time.
Well, I've got to be honest with you, Dennis. If it wasn't for the misrule, there wouldn't be a decision to make. You'd play the blue. But Mark may be thinking, as you thought, if I get him snooker behind the brown and make it a very hard snooker to hit, I can close the gap with foul 4 points.
All I was thinking was it's a
Selby
tough
one.
snooker to get out of, but the way he's played it, it's not tough to get out of.
No, he needed to cover this one cushion escape.
And he's got the red. Well played. I mean, personally, I would have taken the blue on and tried the cannon. Mark thought about it.
As you can see, Ronnie can get past the pink and he'll use the green to leave the cue ball at this end. He didn't want that red to be so close to the pocket, though.
Now this is tough, and if he pots it, the white will go towards the left middle pocket, you would think. Oh, and where's the cue ball?
So Ronnie comes to the table, 29 points in front, just needing the red to go 30 points in front. That red that looked as though it had dropped twice. But he didn't take the opportunity. The situation, Mark Selby, 29 points behind, 35 remaining.
Ronnie put a little trace of left-hand side on that, and it seemed to swing it into the red. But this is a chance. If it goes in, he'd be on the black, you would feel. It's there. Is he on the black? One. It's just rolling and rolling. Is he on the black? I think he is. The yellow won't pass the blue, though, so there's a lot
Black ball.
to be played for here.
Eight.
21 behind. He's got an angle to pot this, and he can go around the back of the blue. And Vicky, well, what is she feeling like inside? Oh, he's flicked the blue, but what a flick. Look where he's finished up.
10.
And that has given him a chance, because he's got an angle on the green, and I'm not making this green out to be easy, but he can stun. Well, he's looking to see whether brown passes the blue, but there's a gap in between the black and pink to go up the left-hand side of the table for the brown. If this green goes in, this could be his chance. Well, it obviously passes the blue. So, Mark Selby, you need these 4 colours.
Well, what a clearance this would be. The green was outstanding to get up for the brown. This looks good. It looks very good. 2 more pots.
22.
And what a comeback this will be. Just the black
28.
for a famous victory. Vicky is praying. Absolutely incredible. Mark Selby was 8-3 down. He was 10-5 down. Ronnie comes forward and congratulates him. And isn't everybody delighted? A milestone in this very popular player from Leicester, Mark Selby, makes one of the best comebacks I've seen for many, many years, and he wins the World Championship for the very first time. He's the 2014 Dapperbet World Snooker Champion. Well done, Mark Selby. Congratulations to all the family.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear your appreciation for an absolutely sensational victory for Mark Selby. A wonderful final. And I wonder if I can grab a word with a man whose run has come to an end. It's been an absolutely stunning run, Ronnie. You've had 2 titles, you've made it to the final here. You can be proud of your achievements in getting back here, but this man has been granite the last couple of days to play.
You know, I just want to congratulate Mark on a fantastic tournament. You know, he's been the best player over these last 17 days. He's had another good season, you know, and that was tough, you know. He had me in all sorts of trouble for 2 days, really, and in the end I went numb. I tried my hardest, I gave it my best, but he was just too strong, too tough, and you know, he's a worthy champion.
Frame 23, the miss on the pink, it meant that you came into this final session behind. Was that a shock to your system?
No, you know, it was obviously disappointing to miss it, but, you know, I think the black last night at 10-5, I think, was probably more important. And, you know, if we would have both been going at it, you know, hammer and tongs at each other, then obviously, you know, a ball like that could be, you know, a turning point. But, you know, the match was more about safety. So it wasn't about one missed ball. It was just about he just out-fought me, battled me, outdone me, and I've got no complaints. You know, I tried my hardest.
You've won 4 titles this season, Ronnie. What sort of pride can you take in your achievement in getting back here once again for a 3rd final in a row?
To be honest with you, you know, I'm really. I've never been in such a good place. You know, I've enjoyed these last 17 days, and you know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I would have threw the towel in that match, but I never gave in, and I'm proud of how I kind of, you know, stuck in there and tried to the end. But, you know, I just didn't have it today, and I'm sorry for not giving, you know, a better performance. But, you know, I tried my hardest.
You sure did, and you've made it a fantastic final. Ronnie O'Sullivan, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, Ronnie. But here he is, Mark Selby, world champion. How does that sound?
Amazing, really. Well, just obviously it couldn't be better. I mean, playing obviously Ronnie in the final, if you're going to win the World Championships, you want to win it with Ronnie in the tournament. And there's no better way to win it, obviously, than beat him in the final.
3-8 down, 5-10 down. How did you turn this match around?
Well, just my usual self. I dug in and never give in. Obviously, that's my attitude. I didn't play pretty snooker at early doors in the match. But when the going got tough towards the end, I thought I played really well.
We were talking about the 2 frames last night being so significant. How much confidence and belief did you take out of that when you looked exhausted yesterday?
Yeah, it was a tough day yesterday. Obviously, the last 2 frames was huge because, not saying obviously my back would have been against the wall and it would have been all over, but obviously Ronnie's one of the best front runners in the world. So to get back to 10-7, obviously I knew I was in with a chance. Any other score than that obviously was going to be difficult.
What a clearance to win it. Clearance of your life.
Yeah, I mean, under the circumstances, like I say, it's not really sunk in. My father passed away when I was 16 before I turned professional. And I always said to him that I'd try and win the World Championships one day. And today's come.
And Mark, not only are you world champion, you've also gone back to world #1, and you've become the 9th man to win a career Triple Crown. All your Christmases have come at the one time today.
Yeah, I mean, it can't get any better. Obviously, I just want to thank everybody, all my supporters, obviously my wife, Vicky, all the family, everyone who stood by me through thick and thin and supported me when the going got tough. And I was lacking a little bit of confidence. They was always behind me, giving me the G to carry on.
You'd lost several finals, some big finals this season, Mark, and I know you weren't happy with the way you were playing, but we talked earlier in this championship and you said you'd found something just about a week before the Crucible began. What was it?
I don't know, I was just practising. A few weeks before, when I come back from China, I didn't play fantastic out there, and obviously I was sort of half dreading coming to the World Championships because I knew, obviously, it's one of the tournaments I want to win, and my form wasn't fantastic. But I had a few days off and then went back to the practice day with a clear mind. And like I say, I don't know, I just put in the hard work and something seemed to click and I came here confident.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mark really wanted to be at Leicester City's victory parade today, but you had other things on your mind. You play your cards right, you'll get a victory parade of your own. Your champion, Mr. Mark Selby.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the presentation party. Barry Hearn, Chairman of World Snooker, and from Dapperbet, John Cruces, Head of Marketing, and Martin Elliott, Director of Gaming. Receiving, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, a pair of solid gold cufflinks, Sheffield's very own referee, Brendan Moore. And your runner-up, receiving a cheque for £125,000. Ladies and gentlemen, the Rocket, Ronnie O'Sullivan. And the winner, receiving a cheque for £300,000, the trophy and the title, 2014 Dapperbet World Snooker Champion, Mark Selby. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, your champion, Mark Selby.
Mark Selby, 30 years of age, as he says, he's been a professional since he was 15 years old. So much emotion as he's joined by his wife Vicky tonight. And the support team, he certainly put them through the mill, but you have to say one of the gutsiest and most daring clearances we have ever seen to win a world title. Steve and John are watching this. What do we make of the way he closed that match out?
We said it, but to be honest with you, it was remarkable the way he won it. I mean, I think he's one of the few players who was exceptional at doing that, closing matches out. But that clearance himself, when he gets a chance to look back on it, he won't believe he's done that himself, because that was, well, it was almost superhuman. And in the circumstances, to find your best scorer near the end and to keep going all the way through that match, he deserves it. And he's a credit to our sport. He will be a credit to the sport, and he's now got the Triple Crown.
He has, and he's humble in victory and defeat. He's a very, very popular man, great company. How popular a winner will he be within snooker, Steve?
I think everybody will be delighted for him, and I think, you know, he can be proud of himself. I think all his fans and friends and family can be proud of him. And I think he's got so many friends, the snooker players, they'll be delighted for him as well. It was a monstrous performance from behind. It really was. And in a way, he's the only player, possibly this season, who has played his game against Ronnie O'Sullivan and not been dictated to by Ronnie O'Sullivan and not folded in the wake of Ronnie O'Sullivan.
And he's done it, I mean, he's done it the hard way. He's beat Ali Carter in the second round, who's twice a finalist. Then he's got Neil Robertson, the world number one. And then he's turned up against the best player, in my opinion, who's ever played, in O'Sullivan, and he's beaten him in his own backyard. It's a phenomenal achievement.
Hallmarks of his performances would be what, Steve?
Absolutely clinical amongst the balls, a fantastic temperament from behind, and you know, laughably, if you look on the social media, people saying he's a boring player. He is without doubt one of the most astonishing players we've got in our game, in a different style to Ronnie O'Sullivan, but nobody's actually like Ronnie O'Sullivan. Every snooker player on the planet knows. Every snooker player on the planet knows how great and how magnificent some of the shots he plays are. He's far from boring as a player. If you don't like him because you don't like snooker, that's another matter.
Clever, clever player. Every shot meant something, John.
It's no good playing this game unless it's got a purpose, and every shot he plays has one. He's trying to put you in the maximum part of trouble. He's playing shots to nothing nobody else plays. He's very astute and very clever at it. He's also got a brilliant temperament. I would pay millions to have a temperament as good as that. It's fabulous.
But great to hear Ronnie O'Sullivan say that really his career's still ongoing, still feeling very positive out there.
Yeah, and you know, he's got nothing to be ashamed of. Obviously, there were times that you know, in that match where he could have turned it around, but still fantastic from Ronnie.
What a final. It's been great to have your company once again over the last 17 days. Ronnie O'Sullivan's Crucible crown has slipped, and it's done so after 3 long years. But would you believe it's the jester who's had the last laugh in this championship? From us all here in Sheffield, bye-bye for now.